And now, coming to you live from downtown Jackson, Volcano's 104th resident and host of LOL, Ed Tracey.
Hi, everybody. Week number 6. The longest running show on TSPN. This is great. Whew, we got to move this tonight. This is tough. So week number 6, we got a great show today. Great show. We have co-host back again. Jason Gibson is back. Clearly he's wearing his ankle monitor because we also have Sheriff Martin Ryan with us today. Comedian Griffin Daly. Hey. So, you're not used to getting up this early, are you? Not at all. All right, so we got a great show. So no band today, but that's okay. We're gonna make our own music today, right, Esther? Hello. My girlfriend's here, Esther. Funny thing, last night. So I read all these jokes that people send me, and last night at the comedy show at the Volcano Union Inn in beautiful Volcano. Round of applause for the Volcano Union Inn. Last night we had a couple there that met on eHarmony, and they were in there. I apologize if I have this off, but they were in their 60s, and they met on eHarmony. I was like, that's awesome. And they were there at the bed, staying at the bed and breakfast, so I'm sure separate beds, I'm sure. But anyway, so I have some jokes about marriage that I'm going to use. My wife and I were happy for 20 years. Then we met. Dun-dun-dun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Marriage is the main reason for divorce. Child's experience. If a mother is laughing at at their father's jokes, it means they have guests. I like this one. My ex wrote to me, "Can you delete my number?" I responded, "Who is this?" Yeah, I love it. All right. The value of money in a relationship. The $10 that the wife and the tax inspection don't know about are worth more than the 100 that they both know about. That was too much thinking there. I married Miss Wright. I just didn't know her first name was Always. The doctor called Mrs. Cohen. "Mrs. Cohen, your check came back." Mrs. Cohen said, "So did my arthritis." Hey, all right. All right, here's a joke. So there's 3 couples. I told this last night. I'll try and keep it clean. I'll keep it clean. It's television. So 3 couples, they want to join this church, and the pastor says, they meet with the pastor, and the pastor says, "All right, you've got to refrain from sex for 30 days. One couple had been married for 50 years, one couple had been married for 20 years, and the other ones were newlyweds." The pastor said, "You got to refrain from nookie for 30 days. They said, "Okay." So they all left. They come back at the end of the 30 days, meet with the pastor. He says, "How did it go?" He asked the couple I was married for 50 years. They said, "Pastor, 30 years, 50 years, 30 days, we can refrain. We did fine." "Okay, welcome to the church. You're in." Next couple, been married 15, 20 years. He goes, "How did it go?" He goes, "Well, Pastor, the first week was okay. After the first week, I got a little anxious, so I had to sleep on the sofa a few times, but we made it." "Okay, welcome to the church." The next couple had been married for a couple of weeks. He goes, "How did it go?" He goes, "Pastor, I couldn't help myself. She bent over to grab a can of corn, and I took advantage of her right there." And he goes, "Well, you're not welcome back." And they said, "That's okay." Safeway said the same thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my co-host, Jason Gibson, Sheriff Martin Ryan. All right. There we go. I haven't been drinking.
No, of course not.
Thank you so much. So you're here for a specific reason. But
I am.
Before we talk about that, this is perfect. Amador Ledger Dispatch. I don't want to tell you where I stole this from. I borrowed it. Thank you. We like to read the call logs. And since you're here, you probably wrote these, didn't you? So maybe we don't read names, we just read these situations here. 11:25 a.m. on February 12th, burglary on Golf Links Drive in Pioneer. A house has been broken into. Issues between trustee and homeowner. That's at 11:25. Then again at 1:16, suspicious circumstances on Pigeon Trail and River Pines. You get a lot of calls from River Pines. Wait a minute.
I don't think any more than anywhere else.
You get a lot of calls from River Pines.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Thank you.
I have some good friends in River Pines. They're not going to appreciate that.
All right. One more.
Do not put those back in the mouth.
Is he? Are you? Do you get nervous with him? Do you know him? Have you ever met?
Oh.
You ever met?
That we can talk about.
You look really nervous. This is great.
I am innocent until proven guilty.
There you go. All right. There's a lot of suspicious. Wait, another suspicious. What is going on? Oh, no, I read that one already. All right, welfare check at Pine Grove Mobile Home Park on Irishtown Road in Pine Grove. Caller says her husband has been suffering from chronic back pain and depression and has been refusing to take medication and is out of control. Jason, is that your house?
Maybe. Yeah.
Great. I love these. Who writes these things? They just pick them out of the call and they write them as is?
Right. They come
Is
out.
that every single call you get in a day, or is that just the best of the best that you?
Oh
put in
no,
there?
it's what we get. Yeah, it's not every.
Not every single
we're not
thing.
cherry-picking them. No, it's what it is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so I think that's the funniest ones. The rest of them are just mostly about us and the union.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you. You are the PR guy for Daffodil Hill.
I've been voted that by my brothers. Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
They
backed out.
Your sister-in-law goes, call Martin. He'll do it. I'm like, all right. So this is an early time of the year for you guys, huh?
It's very early. Normally it's mid-March for an opening, but with the mild winters we've had, and we had some rain a little while back. Fortunately, didn't continue, but again, probably today. They've started early, so we hustled our tails up there with family and friends and did the last-minute cleanup for the last few weekends and got the place ready to go.
And it's free, right?
It is. It is. I tell people we're lousy business people. We grow a product that we don't sell. We don't charge people to see it, and you can't smoke it or drink it. So we're pretty much a free operation all the way around.
That is a terrible business.
I'm already not going.
We are so no food or drink.
Oh no, there's food or drink up there. We just can't make it out of the daffodils, which.
Gotcha. Now, how many acres is there?
The ranch itself is about 900, but there's about 6 acres that involve the planting.
And you folks plant them sometime in the fall, winter. How does that all work? 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't come up on their own, I'm sure.
Well, they do, a lot of them, but there are certain areas that are a little weak each year, and they come back. We try to identify those. We try to plant before Thanksgiving, before frost hits, which is the optimum time. This last fall, we planted 6,500. The year before that was 20,000. The year before that was 20,000. So we're identifying areas that are a little weak, and we're trying to get in there and make a good show for people.
And are they all like, are there different types of daffodils? I don't know anything about them. I come up here in August, I start working. They say, oh, wait till Daffodil Hill. I'm like, it's a flower. Huh? What kind of
Yeah, there's a lot of them, actually. And
A lot of the same kind of flower.
Yes.
well,
No,
you'd
it's
think
not
so.
just one daffodil on Daffodil Hill.
Isn't that the definition of insanity? I don't know anyway.
No, there's a lot of different varieties up there, and people come up for the photographic opportunities
Sure.
to see those different varieties that you can't find anywhere else.
And they come from all over the world, I hear.
Well, they do. We import them out of Holland, and we try to do a little different varieties each year, just to mix things up a little bit, make it interesting for folks.
That's awesome. And how long has your family owned that up there? Because it's called, what is it called?
McLaughlin's.
McLaughlin's Daffodil.
Right, that's on my mother's side.
Are you Scottish?
A little bit of the Irish too.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah,
All right, you're
yeah.
safe. All right.
But family purchased the property in 1887
Wow.
from a Dutchman, and it was used as a way station for people bringing supplies over the Sierras. And so there was a boarding house there where people would stay overnight. The animals would be put up in the barn. They'd have dances on Saturday night up the top of the barn. It stayed that way until 1922 when that building burnt down.
Do you remember that, Esther?
So the family, really, we inherited some of the daffodils through the Dutchman that owned the place. They're impervious to deer and gophers because they're poisonous to them, so we don't have to worry about things getting to them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, the tulips and other things we have up there, you'll find that are in planters just because of that reason.
Now, how long do they, how often do they bloom? I mean, how good is one bulb good for?
Oh, it just depends. It depends on the variety of the bulb, depends on the soil conditions. We've had them up there 10, 15 years. We've had others that last a year and a half, and those we have to go back in those areas and replant.
So they last a good long time. It's funny because I have them like right in the middle of my lawn, like dead smack in the middle of my lawn. I don't know who planted them there, but they're warriors, those little things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely are. They'll grow in just about anything.
So now the season for Daffodil Hill is generally how long?
Maximum great weather, everything perfect, 4 weeks. And that's, we generally open when there's about 25% bloom, and we close when there's about 25% left. But 4 weeks max. If the weather hits and it rains, it knocks them down, the paths get wet, we close until it dries out. if it hits them too hard, then the daffodils start deteriorating rather quickly, and then we have a very short season. We've had years where we've been open a day and got hit with weather. We've had others where we had 3 weeks, 4 weeks, others a week. So it just depends. All we can do is put them in the ground. Everything else is not up to us.
What's the outlook for this season?
Well,
It's supposed to rain tomorrow or something,
It's supposed
right?
to rain tonight and snow down to 3,500 feet. So my guess is that we will probably close, if we get the rain that they're anticipating, we'll close until that dries out, probably through the weekend, and then open again first part of next week. But we'll have to see. It just all depends. If people are interested, they need to call the number at 296-7048. That's our recorded line. We give daily updates on what's going on.
Awesome. 10 to 4, 7 days a week.
Yep.
Snack Shack up there. Not this week, though.
Right. Starting on the 3rd, Seroptimus run the snack booth up
Gotcha,
there.
right.
We do have a small gift shop up there, and we have yellow kettles out for donations if people want to contribute to purchasing the bulbs for the following year.
Do they give? Do they give?
People are very generous.
Good.
Yeah, they've done very well.
Very
it's
good
nice.
answer. Very, very politically correct. Do you like that?
It's true. It's easy.
Give money, everybody. Flowers aren't free.
That's right.
All right, we're going to take a short break. Give it up for Sheriff Ryan for coming out today. Daffodil Hill is open. Come up and see the flowers. This week, of course, the Snack Shack's not open, so where can you go for lunch? The Union. That's right. That's right. We'll be back in a second. Don't go away, everybody.